a history here. I'd like to get this hearing in today. You know, everybody needs to just focus on the relevant facts, okay? I know there's a history here. I know.
Are you talking up by Sunset Mart? Up the hill by the gas station?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you? All right. Who's responsible here?
What's that?
Who's responsible here? Whose house is this?
Yeah, haven't been drinking or anything, right?
No.
Okay. Drive careful, okay?
Thank you.
This is what the other group had that ran away.
Oh, really?
You just ditched it?
Awesome.
Yeah, those ones kept walking in the car and the other one.
It's truly for the win.
That I was given to. So there was 2 different discs. Okay? They all knew about it.
We're not here to talk about the alcohol stuff, okay?
Okay, yeah.
But this is the second noise complaint we've had here tonight within 2 hours.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is this your place?
Yeah.
Perfect. You know why we're here?
I see noise.
Noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Big speaker right there.
Yeah.
Nothing against having a party. Once neighbors start calling in, then we have an issue.
Like brains, and like if you need a lot of brains, you're gonna be in trouble.
November 29th. For people that were.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the Transparency. Just putting together some informative shit. That's what I do. Let's see. It's a little bit more there. Okay, look at that. Isn't that some shit right there? Look at that. Hi, what is up? Look at this. Soccer mom. Yeah, I was like a soccer mom today. So much so that I got this glitter. This glitter. Is this even glitter? Let me make sure this is glitter. Hold on 1 second. Is this glitter? Is this glitter, man? I don't ever fuck with glitter. God, is this even glitter? How do I even open this thing? How does one pull this back and put it on their board? Come on, man. What is up, guys? Welcome to the Transparency. What you're looking at here is, in case you can't see, I'm going to... Oh, God, let me make it bigger here. Look at that. Look at this. That is what you call one fuck of a board. All right. Look at that. 1122 KISSING. First comes love, then comes marriage. Just putting together a piece of material. I'm just checking it out. See if it works well in the courtroom to show a diagram. I got paid $44,000 to put together one of the bombest reports ever. Boom. $44,000 in Monopoly money. Can you guys believe it? What is up? Boop, boop, boop. All right. We had some issues earlier. I've been wrapping gifts. I've been working with glitter. You guys, I hate glitter. So, oh, Florida Bass, man, get the fuck out of here. There she is, the legend. Atlanta Science Project. I'm allowed to say Florida Bass, get the fuck out of here. Me and him are both living in the Keys back in the day. Hopefully you're catching some trout instead of your trousers around your ankles. What is up, guys? Let's talk about it. We got a lot to talk about. Let's talk about number one. How about the video I put out? Got some new video. We're gonna give Moscow Police Department a call here. This what we got. There he goes. He loves it. I used to live in Key West, so he's a Westie. He's a Keys boy. Let's see. Let's go like this. There we go. A couple of things I want to point out again. Take a look at it. This is all the different footage that we went over last. What was it? Today, Monday. I think I put it out there on, I want to say Friday. I can't remember. Thank you there. We know what you did last summer. Have to jump off shortly, but wanted you to know about video posted a few hours ago showing cops hiding suspects in cop cars at Banfield. I'm going to stay right here in my wheelhouse, though. But thank you. Thank you so much. Kristen76 became a member of of Home Team Productions, aka True the Transparency, aka Fight for a Family. Jesus. Been going through lots of footage. I have lots of old footage, new footage, some footage you guys haven't seen. Been putting together 12 Days of Christmas for my members. I posted it today. Those of you guys that are members, 12 Days of Christmas begins tomorrow. Those are member only until 2024, when anybody that's not a member, because it is Truth and Transparency, you have a chance to view it all as well. But the members get dibs at it, as well as behind the scenes lives and Q&As on it. So what we're looking at here is some footage from police officers.
Reporter's not welcome.
Arriving at 1118, as we showed before, and them deciding that this wasn't where the security breach happened. You know, there's that door, there's this door, and then he takes one peek over there. So, and then this is right there. Now, take a look here, right there. I'm still debating on whether or not I believe that this body cam is on or not. People say he was wearing a body cam. Well, just so you know, there is yet to be produced any body cam. All right, but right there in the middle of his chest is the body cam that an officer would wear. Right there. Right there. And now up on top to the left, we're still debating, does that mean that it is on and in fact, you know, live? Also, taking a look right there at the badge, we've been wondering, you know, are these in fact dark uniforms? Because Moscow Police Department does wear, look at right here, see the dark, see those dark uniforms there? So then you go and you look at these videos, and clearly these aren't dark uniforms. Is this ISP? Is this the sheriff's? We got the reflectors that say police. Another out of the next. Let's see here. Invite, copy. I want to hear what you guys think about if you were a potential jury or juror and made up the jury, would you, I just dropped the chat. There you go. If you want to click on that, what it means is that you're going to come on to say if you are a potential juror and somebody is showing you this footage, do you believe that this footage shows, you know, they were responding to an alleged burglary, a potential burglary due to a security breach and a dispatch going out from that security company, which was unknown, which is just wild, but whatever. Do you think that this is in fact relevant for you to consider how protocol is either followed or not followed? So I want to hear what you say. I want to hear what you think, and you do it by what you come on the panel and say. So. Okay. Well, I disagree that at night those make it look that color. I want to show you guys something. Look at that right there. So he's clearly wearing some type of jacket. You see how that's a zip jacket? Okay. What we have here is there's no zip jackets going on here. So he's wearing a jacket over top of this type of a top. Look at this dude flash that light right there at the camera. 1, 2, and 3. Up and at it. See that right there? That's what, for that frame, we got to look at. That's it paused, you know, right there. I can just tell you, anytime that the police have come to my house, this isn't what has taken place. Tara, you're on channel for 2 minutes. What do you got for me?
Hey, I want to know if those fake cops across the street at King's, if they saw those robbers or cops or whatever they are.
So you're saying, well, these cops were allegedly real. Yes. I'm saying these cops were allegedly real. So you're saying there's other fake cops on 1-9?
No, I'm saying like King's 1122. I wonder if they noticed those cops when they went there.
Oh, you mean like on what day? Like, I'm asking you, like, if you were to see this video, I'm asking if you were to see this video, and this is how they responded to an alleged breach of security where they were dispatched out for an unknown.
It's sketchy. Yeah. It's
Okay.
sketchy as
So-
crap. No, yeah.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
would be like, you would question why didn't they make themselves known, or
Yeah, because they
opening-
could easily have been shot.
yeah, or vice versa, or they
It's
could have shot somebody.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a juror in the deliberation room, how would, if you thought that this would had any bearing on, you know, I guess you could say that morning when police responded at the 1122 King Road house, would this video at all have any bearing on, you know, that the crime scene could have been tampered with? Does this tell you anything, like that you have questions about that?
Yeah. Yes, that would make me question a lot of things.
Okay.
Like what the heck's going on in that town. Yeah, definitely.
So you would deem this as relevant material if they want to include Ring cameras from the neighborhood, that this should be one of the Ring cameras that they should include, even though it doesn't have to do with the night of the murders?
Right. It just shows a pattern,
Yeah.
of them doing not what they're supposed to. But I'll go ahead and go down because my 2 minutes are up.
Oh, you're a sweetheart, Tara. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next up on stage, DBK. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yep.
How is it going?
Very, very good.
Nice. Okay,
So
yeah.
What's your take on the video? If you were a juror, okay, would you think that this video to show how the police responded to an unknown
Yeah, basically understand what you mean. Like honestly, I don't like I've been following the Idaho4 case and everything, but from what I'm seeing so far, I'm not sorry, I have my phone right next to me. From what I'm seeing so far, I wouldn't say that every police officer is like corrupt or whatever, but it's really sus. Whatever I'm saying right here, it's very sus because like how are you a police officer? You're supposed to represent the law, apply the law, and then you do some things. I mean, they're not exactly like just the other officer flashing at the camera. He's not technically breaking the law, but it shows, his mindset. Because why would you flash that camera at the moment that the other officer is like kind of trying to, get inside? He's like, oh shit, he saw that his partner is doing something wrong, and there's a camera, so he's gotta like cover for his partner. You know what I mean? So it shows somehow that there's something fishy going on, a lot of cover up, and with the kids, like a lot of suspicious things. Honestly, this as a juror, this would like kind of be like, this would make me more cautious about the information that I get from from the state and from the police or law enforcement in general. In that area, it would make me really, really suspicious.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would agree with just, I think that if you're going to be doing all of this, you would be making yourself, knock on the door, make yourself known, ask them did your alarm go off? Do you guys need any help? Are you guys okay?
Exactly.
That type of.
Exactly. Like they would say,
especially considering what just happened in November. I mean, this was in January 9th of 2023. So this would have been, after the murders and in a situation that you would call, I mean, they say they have no idea where this alarm was breached and that this house wasn't the supplier of the alarm breach. So, I have no idea what they're doing here. I've never seen a cop open up a screen door, not knock, and instead open up a screen door and then try to then open up that door.
Facts. Oh yeah, facts. Because normally they will be like, oh, police or whatever. And they are armed. I think they have guns and everything, so they wouldn't be technically like scared to make their presence known, especially if there's a break-in. if I was a police officer, I would be like looking everything, police, like make yourself known. Is anybody here?
Yeah.
You know, I would do something like that. I wouldn't be like flashing out lights and, you know, acting all suspicious and all.
Well, thank you so much, DBK, for your thoughts. I appreciate you.
It's a pleasure. I appreciate you too, and keep whatever you're doing. You're killing it. And
Oh, thank you so much.
if I can just say something, if I ever commit a crime and you're on my head, I'd rather kill myself, man.
Oh God. Oh man. Well, hopefully that's never the case, my brother.
No, I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be fine. Don't worry, I'm not that type of person. But yeah, keep on doing what you're doing, and like honestly, you're the best, I would say.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind.
No problem.
And if you ever get in trouble, holler.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, baby. Oh, that was awesome. He's like, shit. And you are on stage. Oh, just if you can mute the YouTube. Okay, perfect. So that way it doesn't. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Hi, Ange. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you again?
Fabulous.
So this is 10 days after Koberger was arrested, right? And these cops are, responding to, they said, an alarm that was going off at this house?
No, they didn't know where the alarm was. They said that the alarm company had dispatched a 911 out to Moscow because one of their, obviously, they're a vendor and they're a customer. And so they just didn't supply the address of where this alarm allegedly was breached, which is
so is this is it like a gated type like neighborhood where they have their own security?
No, do you not know Moscow police? Do you not know anything about the Moscow murders?
Oh, yeah. No, I do. I'm just trying to figure out like this video specifically.
This is the neighbors of 1122 King Road.
And they're just responding. They don't know the address of where the alarm was. And they're just going out to random.
That's correct. What we see right here is a guy that woke up in the morning, had seen these on his ring or blink rather, same as like a ring, and they didn't make themselves known. They didn't knock on the door, but allegedly at 3:14, they came here at 3:30. But allegedly at 3:14, there was a dispatch that came in from a security company that said, "Hey, we have an alarm that's going off," but the security company didn't give an address.
That's so strange. And do we know what that paper says on the door?
Yeah, no, we don't.
I wonder, like, if it was there anybody. So there was somebody inside this house then.
Yeah, they were sleeping. My question is if you were on a jury and you saw this, okay, and this was how the police department responded to something that was an unknown situation, right after this horrible quadruple homicide, is this how you would tell your police officers to be responding? Wouldn't you be knocking on the door and asking, "Are you guys okay? We had an alarm that went off. We're making sure that we don't know where the breach happened." So, would you ever think that this is protocol to open up a door?
No, absolutely not. This is not what you do when you're responding, especially to an unknown situation and not even sure if you're at the right house or. No, you never open a door and try to, do the handle and you never do that ever. So that's.
And then here they go through the carport and then go into there's a closet area right there, and there's another closet area right there. And then if you actually look right to the left here, he sees there's a door entrance. You know what I'm saying? Like you just. Yeah. And so the issue for me is more so that, anytime I've ever heard and seen cops come and physically come on someone's property like this to do all of this, you make yourself known. You're attempting to make yourself known. And this is the first footage that we've ever gotten where Moscow Police Department has come on property and not made themselves known. Every footage that we've ever shown on this channel has been, whether it is they go to the front door of a residence or whether they go to the back door, they are making themselves known that they are MPD. And
Yeah.
we're here for a noise complaint. We're here for for a noise complaint, you know, this is 100% trespassing without a doubt. No doubt about it. And that's what lawyers have said that I've talked to.
Yep.
And the issue is that this would teach, I think, me, if I was on the jury, I would want to see this, because this would have to do with how you're responding to the situation that occurred on November 12th into the 13th. And this is what we're dealing with. This is very dangerous. This is how somebody could get killed, or they themselves could get killed as police officers.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Yep. No, I agree with that. Now that I kind of get what's going on and all this. Yeah. Yep. That's what I would do if I were on the jury. I'd be like, this is.
Do you think that it would be
wrong.
relevant material to see that after the murders, you would think that
So unless these two officers were also like responding that night as well to 1122, I since it's 10 days after Koberger's arrested, and this is the only video you said that you've shown where the cops aren't, letting people know that they're there and doing what they're supposed to be doing. I don't know. I don't know if I'd consider it relevant, maybe in a different setting to show that this particular incident that happened was wrong, but I don't know if it's relevant to the murders that happened. Does that make sense, I guess?
Yeah, I guess my question is about like protocol when you would, this is clearly not protocol. Do you think this is protocol?
No, nope, I don't. Not for this situation.
Okay.
No.
So then I guess my point is to show, if I was on the defense, to show a video from September and showed stuff. Then I showed them there the day of the murders, and then I showed them it would be 7 weeks, 6 weeks after. Just I guess what I would show is in all three of those situations, you guys handle stuff, completely different in all three situations. So do you guys have any idea what protocol is and how to follow protocol? Because in all three situations, they were all handled differently.
Okay. Yeah. In that context, then showing this would be relevant. Absolutely. Yep.
And it just show that, isn't it true that you opened up without gloves right here? Are you wearing gloves? Nope.
Right.
Then you try to go and open up a door. Did you have gloves on? Nope. And did you try to open up that door without gloves? No, no, and no. So how quickly can we say that if they did this as a responding unit on all eyes are on Moscow, you know what I mean? You did this in January of 2023, January 9th, that you're without gloves, opening up doors, trying to go in without even making yourself known. How can we not say to ourselves that you didn't do that on November 13th when you arrived on the crime scene, that you were not contaminating, your crime scene?
Yeah, no, I agree with that statement. I also agree that they handled that crime scene completely wrong.
Like, it's like you guys didn't even learn from that. Like, even after that happens, we're still not going back to, hey guys, we need to do everything by the book. Even on, like, we're talking about when you pull somebody over for speeding ticket, you know what I mean? You need to go back to your fundamentals on how to do things. There's nothing to be lackadaisical about. You got to do it the right way, right?
Right. I think that they often kind of have the mentality in small towns like this where this kind of stuff doesn't happen. I think that a lot of the cops kind of become not as
complacent.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was trying to think of a word. In their duties, and they don't necessarily follow the correct protocol. Yeah. And they should in every situation.
This is what could lead to somebody being actually shot or killed, either the police or somebody else, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it can also lead to somebody being wrongfully convicted or wrongfully accused based on contamination of a crime scene.
Yep.
That's how I would look at it. All right, cool. I just wanted your opinion on that. Thank you so much, Angie. I appreciate you
having me up.
All right, girl. What is up? Is it Daniela?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
You know, rocking it over here.
Yes, this is one of my first times on your channel, and I wanted to say that I am from Ohio too, so I love that.
Oh yeah, look out. Get OH, baby.
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said OH.
IO.
There you go. So what's up, girl? What do you think? If you were on the jury, would this matter to you to see this? Would it have any bearing? How do you feel about this video? Is this
100% it would matter. It shows how they conduct themselves.
yeah. Yeah. I think that I still kind of question why in the world wouldn't you be announcing yourself as MPD and knocking on the door and seeing if these people in fact need help? Like, what's going on? Like, how do you not know that there's people inside possibly being in any way, shape, or form, messed with? Or I don't get it.
I agree
I think
100%.
I think the hurt in me is like you have no idea what's taking place inside, but yet you went up to this house to just see if you're seeing if something's unlocked or not unlocked. Did you check all the windows? Because you can go through a window to break, alarms. I just cannot believe that you're not checking with the owner or resident, to make sure that they're okay. And you're just, I don't see what the purpose is of this if you're not making sure that somebody is okay.
I agree 100%. I think it's a very dangerous move.
Yeah, and I think for me, it says, okay, you handled yourself like this on this occasion. Then we go to the day that you're responding to the alleged unresponsive or an unconscious person. You know what I mean? So I
Yes.
see no gloves on. I see you just walking up, turning, handles, going around and checking things. To then I go and look at the body cams that we put out for noise complaints, and I see you guys rolling 4 or 5 deep with noise complaints, knocking on the doors, making yourself known for that, for a noise complaint. But here in a situation that these people may be under duress or incapacity, may need your help. There's no, effort to see. And we got a phone call, we got dispatched. Are you guys okay?
I agree. Yes, I think it's very, very odd. And I was actually kind of curious if when you spoke to the man who you had originally talked to, I didn't know if you were going to put his name back out there, but if he ever said how long after that he stayed there, lived there.
I mean, I know that answer, but I'm not going to put that up.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, that's fine. I didn't know if it made him so uncomfortable that he left. Okay.
It definitely made him feel uncomfortable, but it was a graduating class, so they were, I think, in a position that they wouldn't have to be there much longer, but it definitely was unsettling, was his words.
Yes, most definitely. And I can see why 100%.
And it's sad. It's sad just to see, like, he's like, he told me flat out, 4 of my friends were murdered, and that took place, just right before this. And so he spoke with his parents and showed them, and then he went to the police, and then all they did was say, oh, yep, those are police officers. But they didn't use the footage to determine that they were police officers in terms of like what unit. They just used the call log in that, okay, at 3:14, there was a call that came in, and then they're there on Ring camera at 3:30. But he said, Lana, we didn't have an alarm. We don't have an alarm at our house. We didn't have one. We never had one. We just had this, and this is not an alarm. This is just a blink, like a ring. So,
yeah.
So their product that they bought could not possibly put off an alarm.
Exactly. And
There's
that's
no way to patch out an alarm. There's no way to dispatch an alarm. That's not what this service entails.
Yes. And people should be definitely asking questions about that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's sad. I think it, I commend this kid for going and saying, "Hey, can you just confirm that these are in fact, police?" And that was my question is I want to know why he didn't think they were. And then after I saw the footage is why I was like, it makes sense because this is not what protocol, says to do.
Yes, agreed.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much for popping on here. And if you were on the jury, this would matter to you.
Oh, 100%. Yes, it would.
Okay, cool. I always like to hear like, would it matter? Would it not? Would you take it into consideration? Do you think that it is relevant? So,
Yes, it's definitely relevant to me.
yeah.
It shows how they conduct themselves, even though that's not at 1122. It shows how they operate, what they do, how they are. Yes, it matters.
Yeah. And I mean, this is the house next door, like right, like the category. So it's like right there. It's right there, literally. I mean, it's considered a neighbor.
Oh yeah.
Of
Yep.
that's 1122 King. This is 1118. So
very close.
Yeah. So all right. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you popping on here. Have yourself a wonderful day, babe.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Thanks, hon. All right. Again, I posted that link. Want to know if you were on the jury, would this matter to you? Would you think that this would matter? Would it not matter? If this is how police responded, they did not make themselves known. Would this matter to you? What is up? Hi.
Hi. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn off my camera because.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. You're good. What's up? How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad that I catch you live because I'm in Dublin, so it's very hard for me to get
you're
your
good.
lives. So I have to watch next day in the gym, but it's fine.
I know, because if you're overseas, it's late.
Yeah, I'll tell you something about this footage, Lana. It's shady AF, definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
And when the first cop, he's like checking in the door, and then he noticed the camera. He turns around, says to the other guy, and then the other lad goes and put the light on the camera.
Yeah.
So it's just like, are you there to help actually, or like why didn't you not show your badge to the camera if you acknowledged before? So that's my take on this.
Yeah, so if you were on the jury, would this be relevant? Would you think that it's relevant?
Absolutely. And then the body language would tell me everything that I need to know about how they act in that area.
Like they made no effort to attempt to, if somebody was in there direct, under, being held against their will, like they made no effort to see if that was even the case. We have no footage of behind the house, right? So like this is like the videos, like we have the doors, which is the front door, and then they had something, for the carport. And I think it tells me a lot to do with the night of the murders, because then this is the footage that you're possibly able to get, which is, this is a ring or a blink, which is the same as a ring. And it shows me that this is the angle that you get over here, which you can't see the street. You know what I mean? And then the next video, which is here, that's on, the carport into the garage area, like that.
Yeah.
And what it tells me is that, again, there is nothing that's going to be substantial in terms of being able to tell who was at 1122 King the night of the murders. And then the way that the house faces, it points the opposite way. So this house, in my mind, when I got this, served me it was for two purposes, which was what the heck happened on January 9th? And then number two was, all right, this house, they're probably ring / blink footage / any type of footage that they had is not going to produce what we saw in the PCA. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I get you. And I think that it's very easy for them as well to announce themselves when they're crashing a party, saying like, "Oh yeah, Moscow PD here," and then something else is happening, and they don't actually say anything. They're just like, definitely from a jury point of view, if I am watching this, this video and then I'm watching the body cams from like the cops crashing the parties, I will definitely be like, oh, something is really, really wrong here.
Mm. So you're on the jury. This matters to you. You'd want to see the fact, but if somebody pointed out that, hey, they have no gloves on, he opens up the door and he tries to open up that door. Okay.
I think what is more like what stands out to me the most is the fact that he says to the other guy about the camera, and then the other guy definitely like it's intentional.
That they have no problem doing what they need to do for each other to cover for each other.
Exactly. That's it, girl. Keep going. Love you.
You love it. I love you, baby. Talk to you soon. You're a sweetheart. What is up, dog? Mom, take it on over. How are you? Welcome to the Transparency.
Lon Brains, how are you?
I'm good. You know, it's just a lovely Monday. I'm chilling like a villain.
That's awesome. Me too.
How about you?
Sorta.
What's up? What's up?
Okay, so I'm trying to wrap Christmas, but I'm listening to you, of course.
That's
always.
what I was doing.
I don't miss any of your lives. Love you, girl. You are right on. You're spot on.
I love all of you guys.
If these dudes would have come to my neighborhood, they would have got shot.
I was gonna say that is either I'm gonna get shot or they're gonna get shot, because somebody's rattling my door. I'm like, oh my God, wait, what's going on? You know what I mean? And then like nobody's saying anything, and then they move from that to in the carport. Like, and if I catch them on like the wrong side and I can't see it says police, I mean, this is just so dangerous.
It is,
and for no reason.
The other thing it does for the defensive side, number one, it paints a pattern of how they conduct themselves whenever they go out to any scene, anything. They don't announce, they don't anything. They just do what they want. It paints a pattern of their actions when they arrive to a scene. And we've seen it over and over.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're on the jury. This was so for me, a big question I would have is that, okay, if there was an unknown security breach in this area, allegedly, how many other residents did you go to and do this, right? There'd have to be more than one, right?
Right.
Okay. So did you go to any other places? Did they have you on, security camera, right?
Right.
And then, so that would be number one. And then I'm sorry, but I think what would be really big for me as a juror would be the no gloves, open up doors, trying to get in, right there.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, like how, what was the point of to see if it was open? What does it matter if it was open, if it wasn't? You should be looking to see if it was forced entry. Forced entry wouldn't be that it's unlocked. I mean, you should be looking to see if there's any like crowbars, you know what I mean? Like forced entry. This dude opened it up to literally try to open up that door. I don't see why. I don't understand why we're not ringing the doorbell and saying, hey, did your alarm go off?
Right. Or pounding on the door or something. The only thing that pops into my mind is that Koberger's already been arrested. Are they still looking for perps and they're trying to be quiet? That's the only other thing that pops into my mind. Are they trying to be sneaky and look for somebody?
See, but there's no backup. It's just this guy waltzing back. I just think this is dangerous. And I think that you're going to be able to show this is not protocol. And I think that you're going to be able to show that, wow, shouldn't you be on your toes just after what happened? And I mean...
Yeah, well, in my neighborhood, like I said, the police will roll up and they use microphones to call people out.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually also have a helicopter, and the Arrow will also use its microphone to call out and have the spotlight in case somebody does flee a house or something. But and the other thing is they will announce, if you do not answer the door, we're going to get a search warrant and then we'll be busting in. They don't do any of this kind of, I've never seen anything like it.
I've never seen anything like this. I've had, the unfortunate situation where people have called wellness checks on me. And what do? They come shining flashlights, banging on doors, and I'm just like, what in the world is going on? Like, you know, and I'm like, what the and so I come downstairs, I'm like, what are you guys doing here? Why are you like, what's going on? Oh, we got a call. We just want to make sure that you're okay. And I'm like, yeah, but I want to know who called. Can I get the number on that? You know, like I'm over here, like it's 1:30 in the morning, but they did just walk around to see if my doors were unlocked. I mean,
that would piss me off. That would, well, and out here, somebody would have probably got shot because I have cameras, so I could see who it is and I could address them from my, from my bedroom and say, what do you want? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm calling the cops or whatever it is.
I looked out my window, saw that it was the police. Once I saw that it was the police, I looked out my window. Then I came down, went right to my door, and I said, can I help you? What are you doing here like this at 1:30 in the morning?
Right.
And they said, actually, we got a call that you weren't okay. And I said, well, I'm perfectly fine if you want to come in my house and search around and make sure that I'm not just telling you this because I'm Jodie Foster and kidnapped or whatever the fuck it was, panic room. Come on in. Like I have nothing to hide in here.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I'm not over here, growing marijuana, selling pills, whatever the fuck else people do. But it was just very, I was like, yeah, no.
And Lana, if they came to my door like that and did all that and said they were the police, I'd be calling the police to verify they dispatched someone to my house.
Yeah.
You can't trust people anymore.
No.
I mean,
you can't trust people, period, whether you're in a uniform, I feel like, and that's unfortunate,
right,
or whether you're a civilian,
Right. So you need to ask questions. And I'm telling you, I don't have, a lot of people don't come to my door, but I have dogs and all kinds of stuff, but it's pretty noisy before they get to the front door. But I do have weapons as well. And I am not afraid to shoot. I mean, I was taught.
Well, you're going to come in my house. Like, who would what if the door was unlocked? Let's say, are they just going to go in? Like, that was my whole thing, is that if you see the door was unlocked, what was your next step?
Yeah,
so what would it have mattered if it was unlocked? You get what I'm saying? Like, what would it have mattered for that police officer if it was unlocked? Because I'm not going to lie to you, back in college, depending on the neighborhood that you lived in, so many people didn't even lock their doors. It was
back then, back in the day.
It's amazing though, because it comes to the next part, which is, okay, so my door was unlocked. What does that mean? Does that mean you're just going to walk in? Like, what was your next step? And you cannot tell me that you just think that you're just going to walk in. Like, this is not going to happen.
Yeah, what he did was I mean, if he would have walked
totally
in, it's illegal.
Totally. It was,
I mean, if he had done that to my house, I would probably be filing against him something, for breaking and entering, trying to break and enter into my home.
I
wasn't notified of anything.
Make themselves known.
Yeah, they need to make themselves known.
I don't know why they didn't.
One side of my neighborhood is not as crazy as the behind me, but behind me, they'll kill you.
Well, I appreciate you popping on here, Dog Mom. I always see you in chats and in the comment section. You're a sweetheart. I love the support. Thank you so much for being here.
Love you, Lana.
Any shout outs to anybody? You got any birthdays?
No, nothing coming up. Just wishing everybody happy holidays and stay safe.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Dogman. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Love you.
Okay, love you too, girl. Oh, she's a sweetheart. I'm telling you, we have a lot of good nuts, hot nuts in the area. Hot nuts. Honestly, we don't even know if this video is from 118 King Road. There's no info on this video. You're so right, right? You're so right. I'm just making shit up over here. This was supplied for me by the resident of 1118. Okay, you see the front right there? That's it right there. You see that right there? Again, I'll take you back. That's the front. All right. That's that right there. That's the front. Like, that's the door. That's what it is. I can't even blow that up for you. So I don't think I've had anybody on here that said, Lana, there's nothing wrong with that. Even the comment section, I haven't got that yet. So I guess my next question is that if there is nothing wrong with what has taken place, right? Or I'm sorry, if MPD believes that there's nothing wrong with what has taken place, then you're ready for this one. When you supply a FOIA request, which you guys heard my conversation, hopefully, if you guys saw my last live, I call up the MPD and I say, I put in a FOIA request. I asked for X, Y, and Z. Then we went ahead and we amended it. We put another one in. We put 4 more in. And that was all done last week. And I believe, I want to say this was, it was Wednesday or Thursday, I believe. We are still waiting for the Moscow Police Department to supply this simple report from the original 3:14 a.m. call, which is that. And that tells me, that speaks volumes to me. Okay. The only time I've ever waited for anything from MPD with a FOIA request wasn't even the body cams for how we did things back around Christmas time to get out the noise complaints. Only time I waited for anything was the 10 p.m. on 3/12 around 2 on 11/12, the night before, like the night leading into, the killings. I was waiting patiently to get the information that had to do with the sign stuff that we got, right before the killings allegedly, and the 10 to 11 p.m. body cam that I got when it was the girl and the guy gets no ticket and the girl gets a ticket. Those are the only times I've ever waited an extended period, which was 4 months, because they were debating on whether or not to give that out and if it was part of an ongoing investigation. And so my requests went in December and then again in January, so December of 2022, and then again in January of 2023, and that was not released to me until April or May of 2023. That is the only time that I've ever waited outside of a 3-day period, which is the FOIA request period. Anytime that I've waited longer than 3 days, I've gotten an email back stating that it was going to be longer than 3 days. That has not happened in this case. I'm giving MPD until Wednesday morning to reach out and to supply me with the information that I did on my FOIA request. If I do not get that, I will be full displaying every single name that is involved with this incident that is being withheld. Because there is no reason that the call of 3:14 a.m., which led to them going to this house and doing this, there is no reason that anything to do with that should take any amount of time. None. To the point that you said that a security company called you or, contacted dispatch and said that there was a breach and that there was a burglary in process. Okay? I made the phone call in a public live. I back up my claims. We do it the right way. And it is not to dox anybody. This is public information. And it's deemed public information for a reason. It's because we have a right to know what the fuck is going on. Period. And nothing about this incident, it should be so crystal clear. I called and I asked to speak to Sergeant Hathaway. Haven't heard back from him. Did it on the same live. You have a duty when you take your oath to protect and serve. And serve. Protect and serve. Even if you are not going to give out the material, you have to state reasons that are within the law as to be redacting any information. Again, none of that has happened. Again, they have until Wednesday morning, and that's me being kind, before I put the whole motherfucking department on blast. Because everybody should have a problem with what I've shown. And I cannot believe that mainstream media, who was on my jock to get footage to talk about this case in the beginning, why you don't think that this would be important. And I know they watch my channel. It's because you guys suppress information. It's because if it does not meet your narrative, you will not put it out there, period. And so I guess I'll just have to do a little bit bigger of a boom with a little bigger of a splash, because this is very, very important. Everything that is being told to us about what transpired on 11/12 into 11/13 is a narrative. The PCA is a narrative. Whether it's correct or not, we'll find out at trial. Okay? But it is our job as citizens, if you believe something looks like shit, smells like shit, then go prove that it's shit. If we want to sit by and not do anything, that's up to you. I'm choosing to see something that looks like shit. It smells like shit. I've talked to the owner of the video. I feel that he was gaslit like a motherfucker. And so therefore, I am going to pursue looking a tad deeper. If my life was on the line, or your life, or anybody that you give a shit about's life was on the line, I would hope that you would do the same thing for those people. This is what truth and transparency is about. Once we make it transparent, then we can decide what we want to believe is truth or not. You have your own opinion, but you have to make those opinions based off of the information. You cannot make opinions where you have no information. That makes you ignorant. And us here at Truth and Transparency, we're not ignorant. Therefore, make yourself as powerful as possible with knowledge, period. And I believe that my purpose on this channel is to provide us with as much knowledge as we can, and then you can have your own opinion. I will never tell you how to think, how to feel, and how to act. I will only supply you with as much material to then make an educated decision on how you want to feel. But anybody that has an opinion about something that they know nothing about, that to me is ignorance. And with that said, I want to thank every single person that came up on this panel and that explained for, their amount of time, how they felt, why it meant, why they felt that way, blah, blah, blah. I want to thank you guys because you guys are very, very important to when I read the comment section, which I do read the comment section. When I read that comment section, when I read the live chat, when I see my emails, I may not respond to all of them, but I can promise you, I read them all. I glance at them, I speed read them. I promise you, they do get looked at. And crowdsourcing is very important. So I want to thank all of you guys. Thank those of you guys that came up here. Thank the moderators for being in chat. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for being a subscriber. I think that you can think and feel however you want. The best part of life is that you have that freedom and that you just do it responsibly and respectfully, and which is you can state your opinions without bashing other people. You can state your opinions without making it seem like you are a biased fuck. Okay? You can state your feelings and opinions without showing prejudice. And if there's heavy prejudice there, you probably should just shut up. If I was given proof and all I said was let that car of Brian Kohlberger's be lit up with blood, let it have DNA of the victims in there. Okay. That to me is something that I wanted. Okay. And it's not there though. And that to me is something that I can't let go. I can't let go of what I now know of speaking with the most profound DNA experts and crime scene reenactment experts and in what should be there and what shouldn't. And if something's not there, you should really ask yourself a lot of questions, which, okay, if the DNA of the victims isn't there, but there's also no sign of a cleanup, we got problems, man. We have big, big problems. And for the families, I wanted that. I want this nightmare to be over for the families more than anything, as far as this case goes. But you can't do it by insufficient evidence and by manipulating and fabricating evidence. You just can't do that. So I am praying that whatever they have on Brian Kohlberger is truly something special and something that can be forensically proven, is physical in some type of manner. I just want that for these families. But I'm a realist and I just don't see that it's there, especially with anything that we have. And you in this country are innocent, so proven guilty, and you in this country deserve a fair trial. And anybody that tries to come in between you getting a fair trial is a piece of shit, period. This is somebody's life, just like it was the life that was taken. And you're innocent until proven guilty. Richard Allen is innocent until proven guilty. And I will go on the record and say that Richard Allen, in my opinion, is 100% innocent. Why? Because I believe in his lawyers and I believe in the 136 pages that was put out. Richard Allen was a patsy, period. And that's the Delphi case, in case you guys don't know. Do I think that Karen Reed is 100% innocent? Absolutely. So, and whether or not, neither Brian Kohlberger, Karen Reed, Richard Allen, none of those three have gone to trial. And it is imperative that a jury sees them as innocent until proven guilty. Otherwise, our justice system is already broken before it's begun. And until people remember that concept, that we have a constitution, we all have rights. And if we are just going to let people in powerful positions take over and destroy those rights, then you're a fool and you're part of the problem. If you wrong one man, you wrong us all. And until next time, peace. And you want to fuck around. You got 8 families that are being affected by this, and nobody from the university.
Shock value. And so what he did was he had taken pictures California.
Oh, you're from I would be outraged if I live in Moscow right now. I'd be lighting some cars on fire out there. I'd be flipping some cars. I'd get the frats going wild. Let's get some noise complaints going.